Okay, class, good morning. I'm going to discuss this quarter 1, module 6. So, next slide. So, we have the social science theory. So, we have the structural functional theory, the conflict theory, and the symbolic interactionist theory. So, let's continue. The first one is the structural functional. It was first presented by Herbert Spencer. So if you remember last week, I discussed about this. So we have the different social institutions, just like the government, the education, the family, the healthcare, religion, and economy. Thus, structural functional theory perceives society in a macro level. Ibig sabihin nito sa kabuuan ng society. See to the next slide. According to Emile Durkheim, to maintain stability, according to him, that people need to work together. So, kailangan daw magtrabaho lahat, magtulungan ang mga tao para magkaroon ng functional na society. So, dito nga ay may makikita na may interdependent parts ay kasama dito ang values, languages, and symbols. Nag-introduce din siya ng mga laws, morals, religions, and customs as examples of social fact. And according to Alfred Radcliffe Brown, suggests that people should contribute to the society for stability and continuity. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng tao dapat kumilos talaga. Ibig sabihin nito, gagawin ng bawat tao ang kanilang mga tungkulin base sa kanilang mga nakuwang trabaho. So, there are two functions of structural functionalism, which include manifest and latent functions. So, according to Robert Merton, he defined manifest function as something that is sought or anticipated result. Example nito yung pinanganak kang mayaman. So, alam mo na mayaman ka. Pagkasilang mo, nagkaisip ka, mayaman ka. So, while the latent functions are the unsought consequences, pinanganak kang mahirap. Pero, ang ginawa mo ay nag-aral ka. Nangarap ka, maging doktor. Then after that, yumaman ka. So, that is the latent function. So, yun yung kaibahan ng manifest. The manifest, alam mo na na mayaman ka talaga. When the latent function is nagsimula ka sa mahirap hanggang sa maging mayaman ka. So, meron, according din kay Merton, meron din naman undesirable consequences, which is known as dysfunctions. Siyempre, sa latent functions, pinanganak kang mahirap, hindi mo naman naging pangarap na magkaroon, hindi mo naman iniisip na magkaroon ka ng magandang pangarap. So, yun, ginawa mo, nagbisyo ka. So, nangyari sa'yo, dysfunctions yung tawag sa'yo kasi wala ka ng ambag sa lipunan. Okay, so the next theory is the conflict theory. This is from Karl Marx, if you remember, the Marxism. So, nire-recognize ni Karl Marx yung social classes na problema ng society. At nagkakaroon siya ng hindi pagkapantay-pantay at nagkakaroon ng conflict theory. So, ang approach din nito sa society ay macro level. Kung sa structural functionalism, macro level, also the conflict theory is a macro level. The presence of bourgeoisie, which is also known as the capitalist or the owner of production, and the proletariat, the working class, resulted social conflicts like economic inequality, inequality of political power, and unequal social structure. So, nagkakaroon ng conflict between the two, the capitalist or bourgeoisie versus the proletariat or the working class. Social conflicts were first addressed by Max Weber, and the factors affecting social conflicts include age, education, income, gender, sexuality, and race. And until now, meron pa rin mga ganyang issue sa lipunan, but still may mga batas naman na nag-i-intervention para maiwasan yung ganitong problema. So according to C. Wright Mills, identified power elite, which includes corporate, political, and military people. So, ito daw na mga mayayaman, na mga bourgeoisie, yung mga may hawak na sa politika, sa korporasyon, at yung mga military ay against parang sagabal sa kalayaan ng mga manggagawa o tinatawag na ng mga proletariat. Therefore, ang nakikita lang solusyon ng Marxism or ang conflict theory ay magkaroon ng revolution upang lumaya ang mga manggagawa kasama na yung mga proletariat at yung mga mahihirap. So, last one is the symbolic interactionist theory. The founder of symbolic interactionism is George Herbert Mead, and he referred symbolic interactionism as the relationship among individuals within a society through communication. So, they are exchanging meaning through languages and symbols. So, simple lang naman to, yung mga simbolong nabubuo natin na nagkakaroon tayo ng mga pagkakaunawaan. So, next, Herbert Blumer followed the work of Mead and introduced three tenets of meaning, which include meaning based from action. So, yung ano ba yung mga ginagawa, binibigyan natin to ng kahulugan. Meaning varies from different people. Iba-iba ang pagkaunawa ng bawat tao. Depende sa, minsan may mga meaning na ang akala natin sa ating bansa, yun yung kahulugan. Pero kung meron dadayo sa atin at gagawin nila yon, iba yung kahulugan sa kanila. So, meaning can change. Maaring mabago yung meaning. Diba? If you remember the peace sign, ay alam naman nating peace. But during the election with BBM and Lenny, nagkaroon ng peace. Pero ang ibig sabihin ay BBM. So, meaning can change. Ngayon, tapos na yung election, pag nag-peace sign ka uli, ang kahulugan nun ay peace. So, meaning can be very specific to every person, making everyone holds different meaning, and new meaning will only rise if there is communication. So, importante pa rin daw yung communication para magkaroon ng pagkakaunawaan based on symbols. So, the last one is dramaturgical analysis is also included in symbolic interactionism, as Irving Goffman describes society to a theater wherein the people portray a role and mention in the script. Minsan, siyempre dito ginagamit yung mga artista at pinapakita yung iba't ibang role nila. At nagkakaroon sila ng kakayahan na ipakita yung gusto nilang ipakita. Parang symbolic to kasi siyempre, yung isang tao, pinoportray niya lang naman. Example, yung artista, pinortray niya maging isang pare o maging isang tambay. So, nakikita. So, these roles pertaining to the people addresses society in a micro level. So, yung mga problema natin sa lipunan na ipapakita sa pamamagitan ng isang teatro. So, the roles are generally accepted by most within the society, but there are still short deviance. So, merong mga pangyayari, syempre, na hindi maganda sa mga teatro na, syempre, paano gaganda yung istorya kung walang kontrabida, di ba? So, yun yung lesson ko for the Module 6. I hope na I will be sending you the module, the Q1 A6 today. So, stand by. Good morning again to Copernicus, Aquinas, Bacon, Plato, and Aristotle. Have a nice day.